G'day, Tommy. How are you? G'day, Brian. If I ignore you, don't be offended, please, because I'm by myself at the moment. If I don't answer any questions or anything. Right, what I'm doing at the moment is marking out the start and finish of the tourney. 520 up, 1580. G'day, Robert. Andrew, I think it is it? Yep. Terry. It's a lovely looking post, this one. It's got a lovely big knot right there. Rex, Michael. All right, see how she goes. Lovely to you, Mama. For those who aren't familiar, I'm putting in turning out the centre bit of the tourney for where the steady goes. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat and I'll get back to them in a minute. Not too bad doing it on this size posts. Some of the thinner ones I've actually got to change and you do it a different way. These don't vibrate as much as the skinnier ones do. Good. I've got an earworm. Morning, Jay. Good day, Lawrence, Stace, Robert.
How you going?
Oh, you're looking very relaxed there.
Yeah. not long out of bed, so I thought I'd lay back in it. You can put my screen back down if you like.
Yeah, all right, I will in a second.
Hello, everyone in the chat. I'll just say hello, everyone. It's easier.
Yeah, all right, that's right. Little bit of wax to stop the burning a little bit.
Rex is wondering if you're replacing the green post and did the critters eat through it?
Yes, Rex. Right, I'll just have a slurp on my cup of tea for a second and explain.
Take my ugly mug off the screen.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, good morning, Bob. How are you? I must admit, I'm getting a little bit worried about Jay. He's actually getting a bit of design into some of his stuff. And I think that vase was probably the best one he's done so far.
Thanks. How you going, Dr. Bob? How you going, Steve? SK Crafts just come in too, Robbo.
Good day, Steve. How are you? Now, slurp on me cup of tea. Now, as I was saying, these thicker posts are easier to do, nice and easy to do, because they generally don't wobble much, taking the centre out to get the steady in. However, if you get a thin post, you've got to do it a different way. What we do is fit. I was
going to say someone else is coming. That's all.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say someone else is coming. That's all.
Oh, door.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. What we do is use this, and it slips over the post, like you slide the post through there, and slip this down to here. And then we use a 3-wheel steady. This is perfectly round there and lined up with the centre. And we got a bit of a frog in my throat this morning. And we use a 3-wheel steady instead of that until we get it down. Like, we may even have to use 2 or 3 down the actual post to stop it from flexing away from the chisel while we're working. So that's how we do, like, flag posts that are 20 and 30 feet long that are only skinny little mongrels.
And thanks for that, Steve. I couldn't see that, but thanks for telling me.
All right.
So he said up further a bit, he said he could see the booger up my nose.
Oh, right. Okay, now it's just pure hack now for a few minutes.
And Wivey Woodshed's just come in. That's Andrew, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, Andrew's been in for a while.
All right, I'll shut up then.
No, that's all right. Now, for those that were here yesterday, I use a European gouge, which is this one here, for the initial roughing down on these square ones, because there's so many knots in them that if you hit them with one of these, like a traditional English roughing down gouge, while it's square like that, you can actually break them. So, or they dig in and rip them out of your hands.
And Steve says you're only doing a small piece today, Robbo.
Yeah, just a little one. time to change chisels. I think that one's getting blunt.
I'm going to say 45 Rex. Rex wants to know what angle you've got grind on your tool.
45. All my chisels, with the exception of a few chisels, they're all ground at 45. That's 45 degrees down there. It just falls in perfectly in line when you get the tool rest in place.
Bailey Woodworks has just come in. How you going, Chris?
Right, Chris.
Blair has just come in. How you going, Blair?
Right, Blair.
Blair says, wow, that's what you call turning, Robbo. Way to go.
Sorry.
Oh, Blair said, holy crap, now that's what you call turning. Way to go, Robbo.
Yeah, this is real turning, Blair. Not these blocks of wood with holes in them. Now that I've got most of the garbage out of the way, then I'll switch to an English roughing gouge. Because there's no chance of the corners hitting against the square section. On small stuff, I'll use this.
Mark, the gentleman wood turner's just come in. How you going, Mark?
G'day, Mark.
Now I'm going to be a bit of a pain in the bum here, Robbo.
Yeah.
The closer you get to that wood, the less we can see. I don't want you to pull away from it. Can you just move the camera?
Yep. Try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the way I stand. I always stand sideways like this. We don't stand sort of square onto the timber when you've got a long thing like this. And I tend to use my left hand a fair bit because then all the chips go over there instead of over me. So they work away from me. Now you can see the chisel bounce here. There's a big knot right here, and it's just pushing the chisel out of the way. And that's why I generally don't use this until I get down to this stage here. Then I start using everybody's favourite tool. More knots in this than the scout camp.
Camera Nazi. Me, I mean. I don't know. Just a weird angle, that's all.
And this is the reason these roughing gouges are ground straight across on the faces there, because you can get it right over on the edge. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but you can get it right over onto the edge and work straight up to a straight corner, where I've been cutting it out where the turning starts. Get another one of them, so sharpening.
Well, those bits of wood you've got up the back on the wall there, the camera would be nice mounted back there.
Sorry, what's that?
Those bits of wood you've got on the back wall, the going up and down the back wall, the camera would be nice mounted back there.
They're all the patterns that we used to do, the marking out boards and everything for veranda posts. That whole back wall used to be filled with patterns of legs and posts and things that we used to do for clients.
Yep.
I had a big clean out about 10 years ago. Got rid of a lot.
Don't tell me you burnt them.
Now form our little round over bit coming in off the square, the pommel cut. Pried out the corner with a skew tool. And start marking it out. There's our fillet, a bead, cove in here, so we'll put our fillets in. Come on. Bloody big knot right in the middle of it. Another bead.
How far does your camera reach your cord?
Sorry?
How far does your camera cord reach?
Oh, fair way. Why?
Can you go on the other end of your headstock?
It won't go down that far.
Okay.
Just
all we're seeing is washed out wood at the moment. We can't actually see the patterns you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Wait on.
Wood turning by Barry's come in.
G'day, Barry.
And Peter, I'm not going to say your last name because I can't pronounce it. Yeah, like that. Yeah. All right.
That all right?
Yeah. Just depends on where your shoulder's going to be. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, Peter Corcoran. How are you, Peter? Now, I've run down this way first, then I'll go back. Just saves a bit of time, that's all.
To everyone in the chat, I can't type in the chat, otherwise I would on my tablet. So.
Yep. All right, just use the long corner to tighten these up a little bit. Like I say, there's a big knot right in the middle of that. Right. Notice I leave the beads just a little bit flat on the top, because when I go to sand them, they'll round over like that. Yeah. Join him up in the middle. Make sure it looks all right. Yep. Now, sometimes when you're coming in on an edge like that, down in here, you actually sit the bevel of the chisel up against the detail beside there, just to get the cut started, and just start the cut. Once you've got bevel support in there, you can just slip it in.
Bob, I'm going to do a bigger version of what I did yesterday.
Right, I'll move this camera again. because I'm going to start roughing down the other end. On the other hand, I might just have a quick break for a couple of minutes.
It's really weathered that side of it, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, like, and the worst part is that the posts aren't, as I said yesterday, the posts aren't machine square or anything. They've just been rough sawn. They were cut 30 years ago, and they've parallelogrammed a little bit, so they're not exactly square, like across the thing there.
Yep.
Like there's this
Yep.
eighth of an inch gap there.
Yeah.
So consequently, you get a little bit of like that'll disappear when I put the taper in, but you always get just a little bit here to get the maximum diameter. But as you can see, there's knots everywhere in it. That's generally wouldn't hate why I hate turning cypress. Like that is a huge knot down in here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but there's another absolute dazzler up here with cracks radiating out from it. So that's going to be good fun.
What's the biggest piece of wood you can handle on there?
11 metres long by 450 millimetres in diameter. And on Reg, the other one, I can handle 4 metres by 800 millimetres. Sorry, by 900 millimetres across the bed. If I wind the bed back, I can handle 5'6" in diameter by about a metre long. Yeah, I know, Bob, it would be very, very handy. I've actually got things there, but I didn't want to rearrange the whole workshop just to do these.
He needs the old IR system where you attach that sensor to your hat on your head and the camera follows you around.
Yeah, Jay had a good idea yesterday, a GPS operated drone.
You just need to have it tethered to a power supply so you don't have to keep changing the batteries.
Yeah. Right, just got to sharpen some chisels.
Yeah.
The knots knocked the hell out of them. Oh, happiness is sharp chisels.
All the better to cut the knots with, sir.
Sorry?
I said all the better to cut the knots with, sir.
That's dead right. Okay, here we go again. Now, I always start up near the line here because this stuff's pretty prone to chipping when you're getting it out. Like, you don't get shavings for the first little while, you just get chips like that. So, particularly on this timber. So what that does is just stop it from splitting right down the ends. There's that knot. Sorry if I'm getting in the way. What I might do is just move the camera in a little bit. Ugh, that's ugly. All right. The other reason for switches at both ends is when you've got a big job on, you can work from either end and switch it on and off from either end, so you don't have to walk as far. A few years ago when we had a big job in there, I put a pedometer on just to see how far I was walking in a day, and I was walking 16 kilometres a day, which is 10 miles. So I got my exercise that particular time, I tell you.
Joe Senior has just come in. How you going, Joe?
G'day, Joe. Right, now I'll use the normal English style roughing gouge, because I've got most of the crap out of the way.
Copper Hour Wood Turning's just come in. How you going, Rob?
Right. Where am I? Who am I?
Victoria,
Yeah.
the craziest wood turner on the planet.
Yeah, we're heading for a warmie today. 30 degrees.
How's that all? You got a nice big paddock across from your house, so you get a bit of a breeze.
Yeah. And it's, well, it's already 24.
Yep. You might have a hotter one than us today.
Might. Right. Start smoothing it out now. Are you? See, even I've catch it sometimes. It's the start of that knot. And another one.
Tommy said their temperature's not going to get above 2C today.
Oh, wait on, I'll have a look in a second. Yeah, you can have that on your own, Tommy, I'm afraid. Right. I can use a gouge to get through that bit, I think. Gouge doesn't leave as nice a finish, unfortunately. But for knots and things sometimes. All right. Oh, that knot is causing a great deal of strife. All right, let's check the tailstock again. I must admit, I can't believe how fast the temperature in England changes. Like, it wasn't that long ago that you're up around the 20 degree mark. Now you're just about getting into the minuses again. But going to sook out and use a gouge on this because of the knot. I don't know if you can hear that in the microphone or not, but that's right where the knot is. And the gouge cuts knots better than a cuticle does. Don't be prudent. Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Hey, Robbo.
Yeah.
Rex wants to know if you can speed the lathe up to make the jolting any easier.
I could, but this post is a little bit out of balance, so I actually had to slow it down a little bit. I'd say, at a rough guess, that it's probably got a little bit of moisture in it. That's because of the way it's been stacked. The moisture's come down to one side, so it makes it a little bit heavier.
And then Bob Young has come in. How you going, Bob?
Ah, Bob, how are you? Haven't seen you for a long time.
And Robert Dolman is leaving. See you later, Robert.
See you later, Robert. Thank you. Just sharpening up the detail on these a little bit. Yes, I'd love to be able to speed it up, Rex. Much easier turning it a faster speed on this than if it was about 5 foot shorter, I probably would, but not over this length. All right, just got to sharpen this. Where am I? What am I doing? Who am I? Why am I here?
You better ask your mother.
Oh, she told me she doesn't know either.
Bugger.
Check tail stock again. Yes, Rex, the answer is
Bob Young.
42.
You seen Bob Young's comment?
Yes, I know. Yeah, Robert or Bob is an old acquaintance of mine from years and years, and we used to have regular sort of get-togethers at one time, but with COVID and everything, it's been knocked on the head.
And Rex would like to know if you've got a diamond belt or a CBN wheel.
No, CBN wheel. I'll show you in a minute, Rex. Oh man, there's just that much cross grain in this. It's almost like turning a bowl. Lovely too, Mullum. Fix this bit up first. Right, said Fred. Right, this is what I sharpen on, Rex. That's the tailstock on this lathe with the, we use that yellow handle there to get leverage, so because the hand wheel sometimes doesn't pull it up tight enough. But there's the grinder. I'll just zoom in a bit. It's got a what's called a Blue Max wheel on the left-hand side, a Norton Blue Max wheel. And this here is to polish the flutes of the tools and everything, so that they're nice and shiny, because they get gunked up with stuff. That's a Norton Blue Max. That's a 54 grit wheel, believe it or not, but it goes up to 80 when it wears a little bit. And that's an 80 grit CBN wheel that's been on there for 14. It's now 10 years old. So that was a good D-way wheel. So it's done pretty well for 10 years, I reckon, and it still seems to cut all right. So we shall leave it at that. I'm going to knock it on the head. Bill just pulled up outside. We've got a few other things we've got to get done today. So thank you all for coming in. I appreciate it. And I hope we've had fun.
All right, take it easy.
All right.
Don't forget to end the live, eh?
No, Rex. The 120 grit is fine. I must admit, I get into a lot of arguments over this. There is no sense, in my opinion, of sharpening turning chisels further than 120 grit. 180 at the most. But you'll find that most production turners use 80 grit, and that's it.
See you later, everyone. Thanks for coming in.
I'll bring you in as well, Joe.
Oh no, what are you doing that for?
That fooled you, didn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, I probably won't be in on yours, Joe, if I do come in for. Yeah, sorry, Michael. I probably missed you in the saying hello. All right, I'll catch you all later. Thank you for coming in. Must admit, I wish these posts were a lot better than what they are, but that's the way it goes. Oh, g'day, Ray. Just about to leave. Sorry. All right. Lady byes, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Press the